Hello and welcome to another informative video from your friends at Sutherland's Home Centers. Today we have a product from Rust-Oleum called NeverWet. It's a brand new product that just hit the market, and what this is, it's actually a two-step aerosol treatment that you can put on a variety of items, and it turns the surface into a super hydrophobic surface. What super hydrophobic actually means is the surface that you treat will have a fear of water, and we'll show you some demonstrations that show that the water actually effortlessly rolls off of the surface. There's quite a few different types of materials that you can treat. There is cement, vinyl, plastic, canvas, fabric, the list goes on and on. Some specific products would be things like ATVs, four-wheelers, snow blowers, tents, hunting gear, duck blinds. I could go on, but the list is pretty much endless. Now that you know the types of items that NeverWet can be used on, let's actually talk about the application process. As I mentioned, it's a two-step process. You have a step 1 base coat, and then you have a step 2 top coat. Step number 1, of course, would be to shake the can of step 1 for about 60 seconds or so. You'll hear the marble rattling inside. And then once you've shooken it for about 60 seconds, you want to take a piece of cardboard and do a test spray so you can become familiar with the spray pattern of the product. Once you're comfortable with the spray pattern, then it's time to treat your actual object. For step 1, the process is very simple. This is an adhesive base coat. You want to hold the can about 12 inches away, and you want to put a light coat, very light coat on the product. An actual 2 coats of base coat are recommended, so you wait approximately 5 minutes, and then you apply step 2 in the same manner. At that point, you're going to want to wait 30 minutes before applying the step 2 top coat. The step 2 top coat is very similar in application. You're going to shake it for a good 60 seconds. Once you're sure that the product is fully mixed in the can, you're going to take your product, again 12 inches away, and with the top coat you're going to want to do at least 2 to 3 light top coats, and only waiting 1 to 2 minutes apart. You're going to see that it dries very fast. So wait 1 to 2 minutes, go back and reapply step 2. I would do this at least 3 times. Sometimes you can do it 4, but keep in mind, the more top coats that you do, the lighter, or it will give a frosted finish, so it will be more pronounced the more coats that you do. As a reminder, after you've done your 3rd top coat, you're going to want to wait at least 30 minutes before coming in contact with liquids. 12 hours is recommended. Okay, now that you've learned about what NeverWet actually is and how you apply it, now let's go through some real-world applications of the product. I have on the table here 4 different items. I have a shoe that's made of a lot of different materials, including mesh. We'll show you how that works. I have a piece of plastic that's coated with NeverWet. I have a piece of plywood that's one side is coated and one side is uncoated. And then I have a piece of metal which is the same. You have an uncoated side and a coated side. So let's show you what types of results we get with the different products. This is a piece of plastic that is coated with NeverWet. As you can see, the water maintains a spherical shape and wants to roll off the surface very quickly. On this, you'll see the same result. This is the coated piece of plywood we talked about. You have an uncoated side. You see the water actually wants to stay on the surface, and when you have wood, that's not good. That wood's going to swell or get mold and mildew problems. Now here is the side that is coated with NeverWet. As you can see, the atoms roll right off. The next piece we have is a piece of metal, and we have the uncoated side closer to the top. The water wants to stay on the surface, and down low we have a piece that's treated, and as you can see, the water leaves the surface very quickly. And for those Sutherland's customers that like to hunt, camp, or fish, we have the hiking shoe. And when you're hiking, of course, you get into a lot of muddy situations. So this gives you an idea of what you can coat your hiking shoes, your hunting boots, your duck blinds. And I've just put together some homemade muddy water, and we'll show you what happens with the coated surface. Okay, here we have Dave who likes to hunt and fish. Luckily, Dave has taken his fishing vest and coated it with NeverWet. So we're going to show you what happens when Dave gets his fishing vest wet with plain water. You wet it all there, Dave?
Nope.
Alright, now for the true test we have muddy water. As you can see, Dave will go home from fishing very dry because of NeverWet. Sutherland's Home Centers hopes that you found this information very helpful. Now you can stop into your local Sutherland store, pick up the product, and take the items that you want to keep dry and make sure that they are never wet.